In this video, I'm going to show you 3 simple steps to stop anxiety. My name is Piers and I'm a hypnotherapist. I'm a trainer in NLP and hypnosis, and I work predominantly with one-to-one clients on face-to-face or on Zoom or other ways of communicating with people online. But I also train people in NLP, whether you're in medical, whether you're a coach, whether you're in human resources. I train people in techniques that I've learned over the years and registered NLP techniques in order to help you move forward with your life. So let's turn to the anxiety cycle. Something happens in the outside world, an event. Something crops up, whether you're going to make a speech, whether you're going to make a presentation, whether you're scared of wasps or scared of spiders or something like that. This event triggers a thought, and that thought is normally negative in this context. The thought brings up a feeling. There's a spider. Oh my God, there's a spider. And up comes all the stress and the fright and the panic. That gives you a response. And the response is, there's a spider out there. I've got to get rid of it, but I can't. I might run away. I might hide. I might do something that was going to stop me having a problem with that spider. That's the result, is I've survived. The new thought is, if I avoid it, I will survive. So the new thought is, and the new action, or the new thought is, if I keep away from spiders, I'm okay. In future, your new action is always keep away from spiders because they might kill you. So when your event happens and a thought, this goes round and round and round. And each time it can get stronger and stronger and stronger. But if we bring in something just to change that neural pathway. Now our mind is made up of billions and billions of cells, this great big network of neurons. And it's rather like this. If I just flip the chart over here, something happens, the spider, it creates a neural pathway and gives you this action that I cannot get past, this barrier, this fear. Now, whether it's a spider or whether it's I can't go back because I might catch some disease or some virus, it's the same thing. You set up this neural pathway, and every time that you complete and run this program in your mind, every time it's going to have the same result. If you go to an area where there are sheep and there are hills, you can see areas and paths that the sheep have carved over many hundreds of years where it's good footing for them when they're walking on the hill. And these paths, they're rather like that neural pathway in your mind. What we do in NLP and in hypnosis and in the help world, the change world, we put in a circuit breaker here. And we change right at the beginning that reaction that's going to go down there, and we create a new path here. So by putting in a stop routine, you're able very quickly to create a new feeling, a new response, new results, new thought, new action. So we go in here, bang, and we stop that cycle. So when we stop the cycle, it's called a pattern interrupt because we're stopping the pattern here. So if I go in here and I stop the cycle from going, and we choose a new action, we choose a new feeling. How would I like to feel? I would like to feel really positive. I would like to feel wonderful. I would like to feel calm at the thought of seeing that spider. I would like to feel that the spider is so much smaller than me and I'm quite big, and all I have to do, if I'm really cruel, I could just squash it. But if I get a glass and a piece of paper, I can just stick it out, and I can imagine myself doing that because I've seen other people do it. I know it's possible. If you're in this pandemic and you're worried about the problem of going out, just say, well, yeah, there are people who have been out, coming in, going out, coming in, going out, and they are safe. So I would like to visualize myself being safe. Therefore, I have a calmer feeling, very respectful of the danger because it's trying to protect you. Anxiety is trying to protect you. So we put a new feeling in here. which gives a new response, which gives a new result, which gives a new thought, a new action. And every time you do it, practice, every time you do it, it gets stronger and stronger. So if I go back to the original one, this is what used to happen, the old action of pain and panic and that sort of stuff. And that I get rid of that, and literally I just rub it out, and we put in a new result. And as soon as you put in a new result, your mind will automatically start connecting the neurons, that new neural pathway, to this new action, this new result. And as you do that, the more you practice it, the better the path gets, that neural path gets stronger and stronger. And the old path just disappears. It is as if the grass grows up. It was on the hillside with the sheep. And the new path, which they're always using, gets worn down, and that becomes a new way forward. So as we go back to this, how do we do it? This very simple, stop the feeling. Literally, thought, something happens, bang, stop it. And that pattern interrupt comes in. The feeling, the choice here that we're putting in this pattern interrupt can be divided into 3 stages. The first stage is find out or create a better way, a more positive way, something that's going to work for you. And what I suggest is people get a pen and paper and write down 10 things they need to do or have in place for them to feel safe. Now, if it's the spider, 10 things you can do. Okay, there's a spider there. What can I do to feel safe? Well, the spider's over there, and even though I don't like it, I could put a box over it. Right, I could make sure I've got a box around. I could make sure that there's someone around who's going to come and remove it for me. Make sure there's someone around. I could deal with it in a much more positive way by releasing it to the outside. So I could get a broom, get it on the broom, and it's a nice long way away, and I can bang the broom and it can go out the window. I can close the window and it never comes back in the house again. So whatever it is, you start working out your top 10 tips, so to speak, so you can start building a strategy. And those were all those various points on the previous sheet. If it's the pandemic and I don't want to catch COVID and I really want to stay safe and secure, we have 10 things you can do. I can make sure that my mask is properly fitted. I can make sure I'm wearing gloves or I've sanitized my hands. I can make sure that I keep the required 2 meters or meter from another person. If I'm going shopping, I can make sure that I use my own bags, which I know are safe, rather than the supermarket trolley or basket, or whether it's a shop putting stuff in their own bags, because I don't know where the bags have been. And all these things you can put on a list. And you keep writing. If it's more than 10, that's fine. But it's a checklist to make sure that you're safe. And you can say, right, now that I've got this in action, I can then proceed. And this is the second point. Allow yourself now to experience the event. Now, whether the event is dealing with a spider or going out into the big wide world, going shopping, going whatever it is to fill your car up with petrol, or even just to go round to the neighbour to borrow something that you need for your house urgently. Whatever it happens to be, allow yourself to do it and just calibrate. How do I feel? I feel quite good. I've got my rules here that I've written down, that I've got to keep 2 meters away. I've got to do this. I've got to do that. I've got to do the other. And you keep just in your mind revisiting, am I doing this? Yes. Therefore, I feel calm because I know that I'm safer. What most people do is they go out there feeling anxious and they've got no safety in place. So their mind is thinking it's all going to go wrong, it's all going to go wrong, when this negative stuff is coming in. So very simply, just allow yourself to feel safe by checking mentally your list. And as you do it, you say a new saying to yourself. Now, the saying is very simple. The old saying is, I will do it as long as I do not get anxious. I'll do it as long as I don't get anxious. Well, by doing that, you're waiting for the anxiety. The anxiety's there. It's got power. It can get you. And you're going in there with all the excuses that I'm not doing it because as long as I don't get anxious. The new phrase that we put in to the cycle, the new belief is, I will do it until I get anxious. And if you've got your rules and you're following your safety brief, you will not get anxious. Because your mind's saying, okay, I can do this. And the third part of this, because you're saying this one, not that one, you're saying this, so the old one is gone. And it's all new. And you keep saying a new one. The third one is go, I survived. My word, I survived, which takes us back to the first piece of paper I gave you. The event. We change it. I've got rules in place. And if I do this, I'm going to be okay. Okay, I'm going to be okay. How have I been? I've protected myself. The response is I've got all my safety in my mind. It's in practice. The result is I survived. Oh, I can do it. If I take care of myself and I look after myself and I stick to my ground rules, great. So if I stick to my ground rules, the action is I can do it. So the next time the event happens, it's more positive. And the more you do it, the practice, the better you get. This is a very simple 3-stage process. Now you understand this. First one, write down 10 ways that you can support yourself in feeling safe about whatever the problem is, whether it's a spider, whether it's going out with this virus. 2, allow yourself to do it with the phrase, I will do it until I get anxious. And because you're following your protocol that you've written down, your H&S, your health and safety, so to speak, you'll be able to do it. And thirdly, congratulate yourself. I have succeeded. I can do this. This creates the new response, new thought, and you get stronger and stronger. If you haven't done so already, I would highly recommend that you hit the subscribe button and the little bell next door to it, because I'm going to put up a video every week. And as we go further into this pandemic, as we go further into our lives, I'm going to do more and more on simple techniques that you can do, keep practicing them, that will help you be calmer, helping you to cope more, and hopefully be safer and more productive in your life.